Welcome back to the official launch of the Freedom Potential Centre. We have some amazing speakers lined up for you today. We're doing live streams consistently. We've got performers coming up and we've got live artwork a bit later today as well, up until 9 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for joining us. Our next speaker comes to us all the way from Kingscliff here to the Gold Coast. Her name is Melissa Groom, and she's a video marketing strategist that teaches leaders and entrepreneurs to increase their online visibility, income, and impact. Back in 2010, Melissa created her first online TV show and 2 online magazines. Nowadays, she runs 2 shows, Empowered Mums and The Visibility Show. Over the past 10 years, she's run over 1,000 events on and offline, including Australia You Have a Voice, International Women's Day summits, and her networking group, Empowered Mums, which provides a platform for speakers as well as education for business owners. Today, Melissa runs the Videopreneur School and her 30-day video challenge, Teaching Video Mastery. She's passionate about teaching others to share their story, their life lessons, knowledge, and expertise to make a difference in the world. It's with great pleasure now that I introduce the amazing Melissa Groom to our stage. Welcome, Melissa.
I have found that in times of uncertainty, the one thing that we can be certain of is our soul's purpose. And today I want to talk to you about how we can create opportunity through this current crisis, come from our soul's purpose, and get out there, stand up and share our message, speak for what we stand for to create a better world. So my name's Melissa Groom, and I've been using video as a tool to not only grow my profile and my income to reach a wider audience, but helping thousands of people all around the world to become confident on camera, right up to top of mind in their industry. So there is one industry that is booming at the moment, and that is the online space. You know, everyone's talking about high levels of unemployment, whole industries are collapsing, and people have lost their jobs that they may never ever go back to. And so today I have to share with you that I was also in crisis and I found the opportunity, and I'll share that with you in a minute, my story. But the online space, since COVID, we have seen an increase in social media use. LinkedIn Learning's up 300% and Facebook is up 700%. And did you know that a video on Facebook has a lifespan of up to 4 years as opposed to a text post of only a few hours? So well done to Martin and the team at the Freedom Potential for putting on this live stream event that's going to have a 4-year lifespan. So I just want to dispel a couple of the myths, because for far too long we've been conditioned to believe that we need to look a certain way and be a certain size to present in the media. But on social media, people want to connect with real people, and that is the beauty of social media. You can just be yourself. So, you know, people think it's expensive to get started. Well, you can get started just using your smartphone or your webcam on your computer. And the other thing they say is it's too time consuming. I don't have the time to do a video. Well, the #1 guy on Facebook Watch, Nas Daily, look him up. He started with 1-minute daily videos. So you have time, you can make a video in the morning while you have a cup of tea, or perhaps while you're walking along the beach or walking the dog. Anyone can learn this technology. You do not need to be tech savvy. And I'll talk about this later with some of the clients that I work with. So viewers retain 95% of a message as opposed to if they read it in text, if it's on a video. So that is why I'm so passionate about video, because 60% of the population are actual visual learners. So if you're not using video, there's so many people that are just not hearing or receiving the message that you have that's so important, that could change their life, even save their life. So I want to share with you today part of my story where I was in crisis and I found the opportunity. These are the tools that I used. So in 2009, I received a phone call from my son's specialist, and he said to me, Melissa, we need to start planning for Nicholas's kidney transplant. Now, I was relieved at first because we'd been waiting for this phone call for 10 years. But at the same time, I then went into panic mode and thought, well, how am I going to manage? I had a huge mortgage, 3 little kids, all with high needs, 2 with lifelong medical conditions and 1 on the autism spectrum. I didn't know how I was going to cope at all. So 12 months passed before I knew it. 12 months had passed in the planning, but I still didn't have a plan of what I was going to do to support my family. So we went up to Ronald McDonald House, and Nicholas had his successful kidney transplant there. 10 years today we celebrate, so put your name down on the organ donation registry today. I highly recommend you do that. Anyway, he's doing so well today. And while we were up at Ronald McDonald House, Nicholas came in and said, Mum, can I start a YouTube channel? And I thought, well, he's only 11, but I guess it will help him pass the time and, you know, help him forget about what's happening with all these daily injections. So he went off and started his YouTube channel, and I would go down to the parenting room every day, to the kitchen, and prepare our meals, and I'd talk to all the parents there and ask them about, well, actually, I was so excited. I actually had to contain my excitement because my son was doing so well, but there was other parents there who were from all over Australia, away from their family and friends and feeling isolated and alone, and their children were very sick. In fact, some of them didn't know if they were ever going to take their children home. And this really broke my heart, you know, and so I thought, what can I do to help these parents? And then one day Nicholas comes running into the room. He's like, Mum, you've got to check this out. Look at this. There's a guy in America doing a shout out for me on YouTube saying, hey guys, go and check out Nick Shug's YouTube channel. He's a really cool kid. And then the next guy in the UK doing another shout out for him. And I was like, wow, what is this YouTube thing? I better find out all about it. So I have to take you back just a little bit back before we went up to Ronald McDonald House, because there's an important thing that I need to share here about why I started using video, or why I found the power in video. Because that night when I got that phone call from the doctor and I didn't know what to do, I sat down at the computer and I Googled how to start an online business. And on page 1 of Google, right at the top, was a video from a business coach sharing how to start your own business. And so I clicked buy now, and I bought her $2,000 program without ever meeting her, knowing who she was, or had followed her, because she had the solution to the problem that I was looking for. So fast forward 12 months, we're at Ronald McDonald House, and we got all this success with Nicholas, growing his profile internationally at 11 years of age. And I thought, right, I need to discover what this YouTube is all about. And I remember being in my room and thinking, how can I help all of these parents? What can I do? And it was in that moment that this information was downloaded to me that said, you need to create a TV show. Your son can do it. Gary Vee can do it. There's all these other people doing it. So give it a go. So I have to give you a disclaimer here, and that is I had never, ever been in the film or TV industry or done a presenting course, but I got on Women's Network Australia on LinkedIn and I said, I'm starting a parents' TV show and I'm looking for experts to feature on our show. So I put together that show, and within a matter of weeks, we were being viewed in 78 countries around the world. That's the power of YouTube and the internet. So this is, going back here, Gary Vee is, some people know him, some people love him, some people don't. He's one of the biggest entrepreneurs in the world, right? I've put up there, we all start at the beginning, because this is his very first episode of Wine Library TV, where he built his father's wine business into a multi-million-dollar company, and now he runs Vayner Media. So he doesn't have all the professional setup. He's just sitting in his office with a webcam. So he really inspired me, and he made me think, well, okay, well, maybe I could do this. So I started Toddlers to Teens TV, and I upskilled. Yes, I did a short video marketing course, and I researched, and I watched lots of YouTube, and I Googled. But I put together this panel in the online magazine, and, you know, we made a difference in people's lives. And that was the whole reason I started this. I wasn't actually looking for a way to grow my profile or my income. I was looking for a way where I could have a business and I could work from home to raise my 3 children. But then I found that when I went out to events, like, people would say, oh, I know you, I've seen you on Toddlers to Teens TV, or things like that. And the media were coming to me asking me for my opinion. And then I had people come to me and say, Melissa, can you share with me how you started your TV show? Because I also want to learn how to utilize this platform. So Miranda Powell's one of my beautiful clients. She's in the States, and before she came to work with me, she had never done a video. In fact, she won my first 30-day video challenge back in 2015, and now she's fully booked and even has a waiting list of people wanting to work with her. And all of this technology is available to us for free. These are organic reaches, organic likes and comments and shares, and she's grown her profile to an international profile now. And the one that really gets me, which is why I talk about your soul purpose, is Jimmy. Jimmy came to me and he said to me, Melissa, I'm working in the mines. I hate it. And I said, well, what do you want to do, Jimmy? And he said, I want to be an advocate for men's mental health. And I want to talk about the struggles that we go through that are taboo to talk about. So I said, okay, well, let's talk about what you do in the mines. Let's create a TV show, The FIFO Man. Now, we sat down and I said, let's interview you to start the show and share your story. So I jumped in the passenger seat. We went for a drive and he shared his story. Now, he rang me the next morning. He said, Melissa, you will not believe it, but I have been inundated with messages from people that said, last night I was going to end my life, but because you shared your story and you told me never to give up, I still got goosebumps today every time I share this story. It reminds me why I do what I do. Because you told me never to give up, Jimmy, I didn't give up and I'm still here today, so I have to thank you for that. So just remember that your life lessons and your experiences have shaped you into the incredible person that you are today to make a difference in the world. Today, I run Empowered Mums TV, where I get to provide a platform for women in business to share their knowledge and expertise. And I also host the visibility show on the Spiritual Events Directory every Saturday at midday, sharing my expertise. So come over and join us. So I want you to know that anybody can start your show. Anybody can start their show. The youngest the top income earner on YouTube 2 years in a row is 8 years old. And you may be thinking, well, that's okay for him. Kids pick up things really easy. Well, look at the oldest YouTuber, 90 years old. Now, what are you going to say about that? So, you know, I have 3 of my own clients all doing their own shows. And they're in their 70s. Okay, so you can check out Barbie Cawthorne on Mums in Business Australia. She shares her feng shui tips every Monday at 4:30 p.m. So I just want to share with you 10 benefits of having your own show. This is just one medium, but a medium that's free and accessible and anybody can learn, and the benefits. So for me, it was about building a list, because fans and followers and likes and comments and shares will only get you so far. Everyone tells you you've got to build a database, and that's where the money is, in the list. It helps you reach a global audience, as I've shared. How else are you going to get your message out to the world? Sure, we can do a video here and there, but the difference between a video here and there is you'll do it even when you feel like it. When you have your own show, you are stepping up as a leader in your industry, and you are saying to people, my show is this time every week, which builds a loyal, trusted audience. It allows you to connect with your audience and build relationships. It's not just a fly by the pants video. It helps you to gain credibility because you're up there sharing your knowledge and expertise on a regular basis. And as I said, the media will come to you and seek you out. The media rang me and asked me for my opinion about a movie that was coming out to Australia, and what did I think of that? And then put my opinion next to Pink, the singer Pink, in the media. So these things do work. As I said, it's free exposure for you. Where else can you get free PR? You become your own broadcaster when you use this medium. Opportunities will come your way. So since having my own show as well as my clients, event organisers, podcasters, the traditional media, online magazines will seek you out and your expertise to be featured on their platforms. People will flock to you at events. How many people do you know that have their own show, that give you the opportunity to share your knowledge and expertise? You will stand out online and you make the difference with the way that you present yourself on camera than putting yourself out there on camera, just fly by the pants with the mobile phone, there's a time and a place for professional video as well as the connection videos, I call them, just with your mobile phone walking along the beach. I talked about that before. The media will come to you. And yes, it is a way for you to increase your income. If you can't be running offline events right now, then this is the medium and the tool that we need to be using. Look what Martin's doing and giving us the opportunity now to share our message with a global audience. We get to pitch our offers and connect with you and, work with people all around the world thanks to the opportunity that he's given us today. So let me ask you, and go back to what this was all about, is if you had your own show, what would it be about? And to also think about how you can turn your current crisis right now into the opportunity of a lifetime. Because I believe that, as I said before, your life lessons and experiences are here for you to share so that other people do not have to struggle. So let's create a better world, one show at a time. I'd love for you to connect with me on Facebook, Melissa Groom, the Visibility Mentor, or LinkedIn, and let's create a better world. Thank you.
Yay, Melissa Groom, awesome. You're amazing. And Melissa and I are actually leaders in Speakers Tribe, Queensland, would you believe, as is Grace Harris, our next speaker coming up. So that was brilliant. I love that. And, the whole world of the mass media, of course, is changing so rapidly. I've got a show called Media Queen TV, and I'm a stand for truth, good news, and animal welfare. So whatever it is I'm passionate about, I just create shows about it. And I think that's the beauty of the online media space, is that you can go out and whatever it is you're passionate about, create something. Yeah. So I think it's wonderful what you're doing, Melissa, helping people get their shows out and helping them express their true selves. It's wonderful. And I know you're a big advocate for the Freedom Centre. So what does the future hold for you now, Melissa? Where are you going forward now from here?
Oh, look, I love to collaborate with people like Martin and to encourage my clients to come along to the Gold Coast and have a look at the Freedom Potential Centre and look at the services that they're offering here for you today to get out a professional presence online and reach a wider audience with these live streaming events. So if you have an event that you normally run, why not live stream it to the world and help more people?
Yes, absolutely. I say there's two places we can come from in life, Melissa. It's fear or love. And I know, having worked with a lot of clients who want to get media coverage, that fear is the biggest thing that comes up for people. How do you find that with your clients?
Well, as I said before, when the people are in fear, I tell them to drop out of their head and into their heart, which is why I call them soulpreneurs, because it's not about us. I say it's not about me, it's about we.
Yes.
And so we need to think about the people that are struggling around the world that we can help.
Yeah, wonderful. That is so fantastic, Melissa. And thank you so much for coming all the way from Kingscliff. We're so grateful you could get across the border. It's brilliant. And of course, connect with Melissa on all of these platforms here. And have you got another 30-day challenge coming up soon?
Yes, 15th of November. If you're ready to get confident on camera, and master video, come and connect with me on Facebook and do the next 30-day challenge on the 15th of November.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Melissa Groom, extraordinary from Kingscliff. Thank you so much, Melissa. Please connect with Melissa. And thank you so much for supporting the Freedom Potential Centre.
Thank you.